Welcome to Brunswick Beat,
Brunswick County's only TV news show, brought to you by the Brunswick Beacon. I'm Caroline Curran.
and I'm Stacy Manning. In our top story tonight, an illegal alien has pleaded guilty to raping a 6-year-old girl. Louise Sanchez, 23, pleaded guilty to the first-degree rape of a Schlote child in 2010. The Brunswick Beacon does not identify victims of sexual assault. Sanchez was in the United States illegally at the time of the rape. Senior resident Superior Court Judge Ola Lewis sentenced Sanchez to 114 to 182 months, or 12 to 15 years, in North Carolina Department of Corrections. Because he is an illegal alien, the U.S. Office of Immigration and Customs Enforcement has placed an immigration detainer on him. Sanchez will be deported from the United States after he serves his entire active prison sentence in the United States.
We're taking a closer look at last week's primary election. In the Republican U.S. House race, Ilario Pantano won Brunswick County, New Hanover County, and 6 others, but his victories were not enough to compete with the landslide victory State Senator David Rouser enjoyed in his home county of Johnston County. Johnston County was recently added to the 7th District by Rouser's colleagues in the Republican-led North Carolina General Assembly just last year. So did Johnston County, more than 90 miles from the coast up Interstate 40, elect this coastal district's Republican nominee? You can read more, including what both Pantano and Rouser had to say, on the front page of this week's Beacon.
Brunswick County has turned to federal court in an attempt to complete infrastructure improvements in Mark Saunders' various Brunswick County communities. County commissioners voted to call bonds for 11 communities under the umbrella of the coastal companies that total more than $11 million. The county has now sued the bonding company, Bond Safeguard Insurance Company, in U.S. District Court over the infrastructure improvements. In the lawsuit filed May 9th, the county claims the bonding company hasn't finished the projects or reimbursed the county's money.
A former detective sergeant with the Brunswick County Sheriff's Office has been sentenced to prison for indecent liberties with a minor. Henry Thomas Cole, 46, pleaded guilty to indecent liberties with a minor, a felony. Cole of Bolivia was first charged and arrested by agents with the North Carolina State Bureau of Investigation on April 24th back in 2011. Prosecutors from the Cumberland County District Attorney's Office oversaw the prosecution to avoid any potential conflicts of interest given Cole's law enforcement background. Cole was sentenced to 13 to 20 months in the North Carolina Department of Corrections.
A fire destroyed a Schlote Point home on Monday, May 14th. No one was at home at 1788 Mary Sheldon Road when it caught fire. The cause was a lightning strike, which officials say contributed to several other house fires on Oak Island Monday night. While the roof was completely burned off, the blaze never threatened any nearby structures.
Brunswick County elections officials completed an elections canvass at 11 a.m. Tuesday, May 15th, and Elections Director Greg Bellamy said no local races changed as a result. There will be a second primary Tuesday, July 17th. All voting precincts will be open from 6:30 a.m. until 7:30 p.m. on the 17th. In Brunswick County, Republican voters can vote for a lieutenant governor, as Tony Gurley requested, North Carolina Insurance Commissioner at the request of Mike Causey, North Carolina Secretary of State at the request of Ken Gardner, and North Carolina Superintendent of Public Instruction at the request of Richard Alexander. For Democrats in Brunswick County, they can vote in the North Carolina Commissioner of Labor race, as Marlowe Foster requested a second primary.
Sunset Beach has new public restrooms on the island. Sunset Beach Town Council, town staff, and residents took part in a ceremony Monday morning to officially open the new town-funded restrooms at either end of the island gazebo parking lot. The restrooms, including facilities for the handicapped, will be cleaned and monitored daily and will be closed overnight. The restrooms can also be moved in the event of an approaching hurricane or other severe storm. The towns of Carolina Shores and Calabash have reunited, so to speak. Last week, Carolina Shores Board of Commissioners approved teaming up with Calabash by donating $5,000 to help cover the cost of fireworks display at this year's 4th of July festivities in Calabash. Calabash Mayor Mary Knight and Carolina Shores Mayor Walter Goodenough sealed the deal with a handshake. Calabash and its partner, the Calabash Merchants Association, was coming up short to cover for this year's fireworks show. We'll relay more details about this year's 4th of July festivities in Calabash as plans are firmed up.
A national pet supply retailer is set to open in Schlote next week. PetSense is nearing completion of a new location in the Charlotte Crossing Shopping Center. The store is scheduled to open on Wednesday, May 23rd, with a grand opening celebration planned for Saturday, May 26th. The store plans to offer pet supplies, grooming, low-cost vaccination clinics, and obedience training. During the grand opening event, there will be a number of giveaways, free nail trims, samples, coupons, and much more. Pet lovers interested in receiving information and coupons for the grand opening celebration should like PetSense Charlotte on Facebook and look for a circular in next week's Beacon. You can find all these stories and much more in this week's Beacon, available on newsstands now. Hey there, sports fans. Welcome to the Beacon Sports Report. The West Brunswick High School baseball team beat West Carteret 6-1 Friday in the first round of the North Carolina High School Athletic Association Class 3A state playoffs. Landon Tilley, a junior, struck out 11 batters in the seven-inning game. He walked 3 and hit 1. The 2 hits he gave up were in the 3rd inning when the Patriots scored their only run. West finished with 11 hits. Junior shortstop Markel Jones increased his .464 batting average as he was 4 for 4 with a 2-run double in the 3rd that put the Trojans ahead 2-1. He has 26 RBIs, one more than Jesse Simmons. In the first round of the North Carolina High School Athletic Association Class 3A state softball playoffs, the West Brunswick Lady Trojan season came to an end in the 4-3 loss to the Winterville South Central Falcons. The loss finished the Lady Trojan season at 12-9. It was the last game played by seniors Des Avalone and Alyssa Chappell. Chappell was a 3 for 4 with 2 doubles, a triple, and 3 RBIs. One of Chappell's doubles hit the center field wall in the bottom of the 7th and was inches from going over the wall and ending the game. 10 West base runners were left stranded, 3 of whom were left on base in the 7th inning. In the 7th, with bases loaded and the score 4-3, the game ended on a strikeout. For the second year in a row, the Trojans boys golf team missed by 1 place a trip to the state golf championship. On May 7th at Birchwood Country Club in Nashville, North Carolina, Southern Nash beat West Brunswick 328-339 for 3rd. Only the top 3 teams and the top 3 players not on a top 3 team from each 3A regional site qualify for state. For West, Greg Hensley shot an 81, Holt Durham an 82, Drew Boyer an 87, Cole Graman an 89, Chris Clendenin a 96, and River Corbett a 103. Overall, Hensley finished 13th out of 81 golfers, representing 19 Class 3A East Regional high schools. You can read all these stories and see lots more great photos in this week's sports page of the Beacon.
Good morning, Trish.
Hi, Laura.
Who are these little doll babies?
These are 2 of our little kittens. They aren't quite ready for adoption yet, but I bet they will be by the time this gets on
I
the
bet
air.
they will be too.
This is Trouble and Toby. They're about 2, maybe a little over 2 months old. They're very, very sweet and playful. And they have nice round heads that I find especially pretty. There are the gray tabby and the solid gray, and then they have 2 others in the litter that are black, but we figured they wouldn't show up against my shirt, so we'll just
Maybe
go with the gray
not.
ones today.
All right.
They're tested for FIV, FELV, and heartworm, and they've had their distemper shots. They've been defleed and dewormed, and they will be spayed and neutered, and then they'll be ready for adoption.
Okay. Well, they sound like the perfect pets.
And they're very, very sweet, very lovable. They're in the cage that's in our lobby, so they greet everybody that comes in, and that makes them extra friendly.
Yes. Oh, well, I saw them when I came in this morning, and they're just here at Cattails waiting for brand new great homes. So come on down. They're open on Wednesdays from 11 to 1, and on Saturdays and Sundays from 11 to 3. And Cattails also goes up to PetSmart in Wilmington's on Fridays and Saturdays. And you can see the cats up there too if that's closer to you in your neck of the woods. So come on down and visit.
The next time you see basketball great Michael Jordan on TV, it may not be for Nike Air Jordans, the Charlotte Bobcats, or even Fruit of the Loom. Jordan has recently teamed up with Novant Health, parent company of Brunswick Novant Medical Center, for a series of TV spots highlighting several health campaigns for the hospital and Novant Health. Here's a look at the commercial.
Shouldn't be more than 5 or 6 hours. Good morning, guys.
So how are you? Doing all right?
I'm good. Hey. Oh, no, we got this. We're good. Sure. Thanks, Michael. Yeah, thanks.
When you have access to remarkable orthopedic services and physicians, you attract some very enthusiastic fans. Brunswick Novant Medical Center.
Remarkable people, remarkable medicine.
The Holden Beach Garden Club is getting ready for its first garden tour, set for 1 to 4 p.m. this Saturday, May 19th. Featured are 8 private gardens and 5 refurbished parks and gardens. Tickets for Saturday's tour are $10 each, and you can buy tickets and maps to tour the sites, which will be available during the hours at the Holden Beach Pavilion, which is under the Holden Beach Bridge.
A local feline group will benefit from appearances this Saturday by a best-selling author. Author Larry Bond is coming to Sunset Beach Saturday to benefit Cattails, a nonprofit no-kill cat adoption facility in Ocean Isle Beach. Bond, a former defense analyst, is author of New York Times best-selling military thrillers, including Cold Choices and Exit Plan. He will make 2 appearances in Sunset Beach. Bond will do a presentation and book signing from 10 a.m. to noon this Saturday, May 19th at the Sea Trails POA Clubhouse, 200 Station Trail in Sunset Beach. Saturday afternoon, Bond will do a book signing at Pelican Bookstore in Sunset Beach from 2:30 to 3:30 p.m. All proceeds from Bond's 2 appearances will go to Cattails.
When technology rules and society is mindless, what happens when you begin to think? That is the question West Brunswick High School students are examining while performing Ray Bradbury's classic novel, Fahrenheit 451. The story is set in a futuristic world governed by technology and shock entertainment. Books are illegal, and it's the job of firemen to seek books out and burn them. Protagonist, Guy Montag, a fireman, is content with his job until he begins to realize he's burning more than just letters on a page.
That, madam, remains to be seen.
That, sir, is for me to say. Out! Out! This room, I've put enough gasoline, kerosene, enough to burn the libraries of Alexandria again.
Your learned reference will earn you nothing but a scorched wit and a burnt complexion.
And I shall light it myself.
Students are putting on 2 performances with 2 different casts. Performances are at 7 p.m. Wednesday, May 16th, and again Friday, May 18th in the West Brunswick Little Theater.
That's all the time we have for tonight, but you can read all these stories and much more in this week's Beacon. If you have comments or suggestions for us at Brunswick Beat, you can email us at brunswickbeat@brunswickbeacon.com. Don't forget to follow the Beacon on Facebook and Twitter. Just search for Brunswick Beacon.
Thank you for joining us tonight, and don't forget to tune in next week for an all-new edition of Brunswick Beat, Brunswick County's only TV news show. We close out this week's show with images from Brunswick Community College's graduation last Friday.